The idea with getting a 4x4 is more to get to these locations that we haven't been able to access before. And after driving it for the last 10 days, it definitely feels like it's going to take us anywhere that I'm comfortable driving the thing. My name's Ryan Burch, and I'm a surfboard shaper and professional surfer. Grew up in Southern California in Encinitas, a little beach town in San Diego County. Yeah, I was just kind of reminiscing actually on my maiden voyage in the van was a trip up to Tofino. And so it seems like my ideal is to get a brand new car and drive it to Canada. I don't know what the deal with that is, but we did a lot of road trips up to the Northwest in the van and we loved it. But it was a two-wheel drive and it was a rear-wheel drive car, so you'd hit anything like a, graded dirt road with a little bit of rain on it and you would be slipping all over the place. So a four-wheel drive is definitely like a new chapter for me, and I'm excited to get more comfortable with off-road driving and see places and camp places that we would never be able to get to in the van, hence sitting here on the side of a riverbed with the rig right behind me. It's been pretty eye-opening thus far, just getting these little opportunities to pull off and feel removed from the road, whereas the van, you were very much a victim to the road warrior lifestyle. You're camping at rest stops and, just kind of on the beaten path all the time. So the Taco and the Fleet was inspired by the growth of our family. We're gonna have a baby coming up in the next couple of months and we wanted something with a back seat. We were looking at the possibilities with the four-wheel camper to still get a lot of sleeping camper space without having to go with this huge monster rig. And so got the camper in Woodland at the headquarters for Four-Wheel Camper. And immediately I was pretty apprehensive about how bottomed out the suspension on the new truck was. I was thinking that we have 700 or so miles before we get to the shop that we were booked in to do the suspension with at Mule. Once we got to Mule, those guys threw some heavy duty leaf springs on there and some new suspension and airbags and the whole works, some sway bars, and yeah, beefed up the tires and really styled it out to be not only riding a lot more level, but also off-road capable. And now it is what it is. It just seems like it could go anywhere and handles like the truck handled beforehand without any load in it pretty much. Well, the past 10 days we were trying to score some summertime surf in Vancouver Island. We got on a boat and got to surf up north of town, which was a huge highlight for me. I've been wanting to do that for quite some time and was pretty happy with the waves that we found up there. It was an epic day and got to surf some fun new waves without any other people around really, other than the 3 cameras that were pointed at me waiting for me to do a frickin' trick. And no, aside from that, it was a lot of small sort of longboardy conditions, and had my wife not been as pregnant as she is at the time being, she probably would have been just frothing and running the show, telling me which beaches to go to, where her favorite little right sandbar was. But yeah, we had a great time up there and got to stay at the super nice campground, Surf Grove. It was definitely a nice experience and good to have time to reset after sort of picking up the pieces along the way as we were headed north. And yeah, we built a surfboard and left it at the surf shop that gave us a lot of pointers and tipped us off on some places to see. And it's always nice to leave a little something behind to be remembered by and, you know, have a positive exchange to a place that welcomed us with open arms. And yeah, I guess I'd like to say thanks to the crew at Aftana Surfboards. And they did a really, you know, nice finished job on the board that I shaped at their facility, and were very accommodating for someone else coming into their space and, you know, throwing some color around and getting up in their setup. I was super stoked to get to do that, and big shout out to those guys. And yeah, that's about it. Got in a little bit of a tight situation with some twigs and the dirt road. Can you wipe that away? I mean, you can't see it in the sun. You just see it if you're a scratch narc like me. Yeah, all that'll clean up great.